Welcome back to the CrossFit Podcast.
Yeah. This is
I'm your host,
yeah.
Jeremy, alongside Alan, Daquan, and Chris. I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Well, we've been kind
the
of just
concept of throwing hands.
yeah.
On the
We're
concept of
all
throwing
right.
hands.
So here we go. This is where the real topic comes in now. If you could fight anyone in history, who are you throwing hands with? Dead or
Anyone in
alive?
history?
Dead or alive?
Ooh.
Whoever what was his name?
Okay, you go ahead. You go ahead. No, go ahead.
Just real quick, throw it out there. Who invented credit score?
I don't know
was
who it was.
Reagan? Was it Reagan?
Was it Ronald Reagan?
Credit score. Let's see.
It was in the 80s. I know that.
Who came up with the theory of credit score and how it's calculated?
Looked like it's first founded by a guy named Bill Fair and Earl Isaac.
All
There
right,
you go.
2v1. I'll take it. I'll take those odds. It's worth it. I want to be able to buy a house with just a letter from my teacher. Like, freaking,
Right.
like why do I need freaking credit score?
All right. What about you,
That
Daquan?
is true.
It sounded like you had someone already.
I would throw hands with probably Alexander the Great.
Ooh,
That's a good
okay.
one.
That
That's a
would
good one.
be my 1v1. I was thinking Shaka Zulu, but I
Wait,
don't
why-
think I want the smoke for real.
Yeah, I don't think you
As I
come
think
out of that
about
one.
it,
Let's be real.
I don't think I come out of that one.
Okay, but let's be real. What if you win that? Do you think he's letting you walk away, or you think he's gonna be like, all right,
no, I'm
get
done.
him?
Yeah.
No,
okay,
well,
yeah.
I think it depends, right? Because from the stories, we assume he's dying afterwards. But
Mhm.
depending on the type of
Maybe.
person he is, maybe it's an honorable thing and he lets him live to fight
I
again.
don't think he's honorable because from the way it's like postured, I think he is who they credit MMA to
Yeah.
because he's
Oh,
like the
damn.
one that formally introduced it into like
yeah.
medieval warfare. So like I think he's a dirty fighter, and I don't think he's letting you walk out. So
It may be. Like I said, we don't actually know, but he's throwing hands with Alexander the Great. What about you, Jeremy?
Does it?
What'd you say, my middle school teacher? What'd you say?
No.
He's like, I'm gonna fight who wronged me. My fucking.
Does it have to be a person?
Oh, do you want
like a historical figure? Yeah, like do you want a theory? Do
Damn.
you want to
Can it
fight
be-
quantum
fight
physics?
gravity?
Can it be a
Yeah.
can it be a meme? Can it be a meme?
Are you fighting?
Sure. I mean,
are you-
sure. What
are
is
you-
You know
it?
what?
This is
Harambe.
fight.
Fuck this guy,
I
dude.
fucking
Oh
knew.
my god! Oh, here we go.
Fucking
I'll-
knew the
I'll
minute you
fucking do
said,
it.
"Can it be a meme?" It was like it's gonna say fucking Harambe.
I see.
I hate this. I hate it. I'm sorry. This meme is so trash. I'm
All
sorry.
right, you know what? Along the same lines of fighting memes, Cody 2012. Where you at, bro? I'm throwing hands.
Tony 2012.
That was something that went
that
around
was
in our
past-
high school
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
and like all over the internet.
A
It was
lot, yeah.
like people that know that time period, y'all will know. All right,
Y'all
so
remember Coney?
Yeah.
We stopped him though. We did it.
we did stop him.
Wait, Coney or Cody?
Coney,
Coney.
Kony,
K-O-N-Y,
2012.
yeah.
You'll see,
Yeah.
you'll see pictures and dumb shit come up.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Anyways, the real topic today is I wanted to get everyone together since we have the Summer Games Fest coming up. I guess by the time this episode goes up, it'll be past. I guess we'll see how that goes.
I was right.
Yeah,
Like,
I was right.
Just whatever,
That's all it is.
whatever I said, I was right.
So I wanted to get the guys together. We're gonna give our general what we think will probably be talked about. Obviously, there's been plenty of games that have already been announced, and we maybe haven't even seen gameplay in a while. So we might get updates, and we might even, and then we're gonna do like a wish list kind of thing, like what you want to see, maybe games that haven't been announced, or games that you think should be announced. Obviously, with PlayStation, it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna bring any of their old IPs, so we can just drop that one. So yeah, we'll go ahead and kind of go around. We'll just start talking about random games that we kind of want, we think are gonna be possibly shown, based on can be rumors, feeling, whatever.
Oh,
Vibes.
I found
Vibes.
that pic of all the people that are going to be there.
Yes, I have it pulled up because
Wait.
I have their website.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I think we all saw them. So I think it's we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Supermassive games are on there, so we already know what happened. Until Dawn, the movie was such a big success, we're getting a sequel.
I had actually a genuine conversation about this.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was excited about it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I love the game,
Dude,
the movie. I can't wait for the movie to
It
come
was so
out."
easy to just fucking put the movie, like the
No,
game as a movie.
and here's the thing. He was like, "Yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to go see it." And then that's when I broke it to him. Yeah, man, it came out like 2 weeks ago. He's like, "What?" Yeah, you didn't hear about it because it was bad.
Yeah, it was fucking awful. It didn't even follow the. It was like similar enough, but they changed enough that it pissed me off, so I didn't watch it.
I'm trying to find the Rotten Tomatoes score for this thing.
I would.
Bro, these games are pretty rough. I'm looking at their page. I don't think I've heard of any of these other than
Are you real?
Supermassive Games.
Little Nightmares. I think I've heard of this one. Is that the
Yeah.
one with the
Their games are really
the little toy is like a doll, like
Yeah,
not toys,
well, they're
but-
not
Plushy
toys,
thing,
but
the
that's what it
eyeballs.
looks like, I guess. Yeah.
most their catalog is really good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this: they're really popular for a short amount of time. They don't stay around for a lot.
Right.
But they're big for like a month or two.
You never hear about the Quarry? The Quarry is pretty good from what I hear.
The Quarry is really good. I actually really like the Quarry. I played it when it
I
came
like
out.
their Dark Pictures stuff is good too.
Yeah, I've never.
Good is very subjective. I've played every single one of their games that are like that because a lot of them are co-op.
Mhm.
Not all of them, but most of them are co-op. And so like my friend and I play through them every time it comes out because it's like a guilty pleasure of ours. Now, Until Dawn was good. The Quarry, I think, was pretty good. There's some really dumb moments, but it's like a good game overall. And but the Dark Anthology pictures were a mess and a half, to say the least. I didn't play The Devil and I. I'll be real, I didn't play that one, but I played the other ones,
I
and
think
they
Kaylee
were
played that one. I have to ask her. How's your
Yeah.
thought?
and they're like interesting enough stories, but they always go wild, and there's always some dumb shit, and the games aren't like super well polished, so there's like a bunch of bugs. And sometimes there's a video of a YouTuber that I watch named Tio. It's a Swedish YouTuber. He plays through those games also, and he got through one of the games like 95%, and then it was like a game breaking bug that was just crashing, so he couldn't even finish the game. And then he like crashes out because he's like, "You don't let me get 95% of the product and then not let me finish it." So it's just, and those games
Yeah, I
specifically
get it.
aren't like super well made, I guess is the way I'll
I don't
describe
think
it.
the casting of Frank Stone. I think that was okay at best.
Yeah.
But the other one I'm looking forward to is Little Nightmares 3.
So I'm excited for like not necessarily a Dark Anthologies pictures, but like there are other games like Until Dawn, The Quarry, those types of games that are more single player. Those tend to be more well made, more interesting. I prefer the stories in those, so I'm hoping they release another one. But I guess we'll see because you never know. I mean, some of these games nowadays that are coming out are like half functional at best.
Yep. Like I said, I'm excited for Little Nightmares 3. Even though it's a departure from the original studio,
Yeah.
it still looks kind of good. I'm gonna play it.
I just can't get behind like platforming and things like that. It just doesn't keep my attention.
That's fair enough. I play it more for the I
Like-
play it less for the platforming.
Right. And don't get me wrong, I've heard those games specifically are like super, super good. But I'm just sitting there imagining like the gameplay of everything in between the story or whatever. It's just like, yeah, I can't do it.
Gotcha. I see Neo is on here. You know what that means? The
What?
last P DLC overture. It's gonna be good.
It is gonna be
Quando.
good.
He'll get on board one day about these Souls games.
About these
I never
Souls
will.
games.
He'll
I promise.
we'll get him on the train 1 year. He's gonna play one. He's gonna finish it. He's gonna have a epiphany. And like, oh, I understand.
No, I hate them.
And then
hate them.
he'll change his entire direction of his game and make it a Souls like.
No, that sounds horrible. Actually, I have played Lords of the Fallen, which is
Don't-
supposed to be.
that's the
baby
wrong-
Souls.
No,
Nope. You can't say it's the wrong one.
That-
No,
that
we
is the
can't
wrong
do
one.
that. We
That-
can't
that's-
do that.
Yeah.
I played
the
and
wrong
finished
one.
Lords of the Fallen. That's the wrong one. That's
No,
not
see,
even good.
Here's why
It
it's
doesn't-
not the wrong one. I'm
Why?
gonna tell you. I dropped the full 60, 70, whatever the hell Elden Ring costs, right? I dropped that money when I had a PlayStation 5. I played Elden Ring. I didn't get past the asshole on the bridge. The first boss on the bridge. Didn't get past him. Enemies in the area clapped me multiple times. So then I was like, okay, I'm about 40 hours in. I'm done. A buddy was like, "Yo, you should try Lords of the Fallen." I tried Lords of the Fallen. I am almost done with the game.
That's a skill issue.
So
Compared.
all I'm gonna say
So-
is,
Mhm.
I don't like the Souls experience at all.
That's fair.
But Lords of the
So
Fallen,
I
is just,
understand.
to me,
I understand what
a
you
better
mean.
put together game. That's all I'm saying.
I highly disagree about
Like,
that
don't get
one.
me wrong.
That's
There's
all.
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong, and I don't disagree. Like, if you just don't like the Souls experience, you're not gonna like it. That's not. There's nothing wrong
Not
with
at
that.
all.
And
But-
I can't blame you, right? Like, there's a reason that there's like only a certain type of person that plays them. But Lords of the Fallen is not a better game. I don't like that
No.
game.
I played.
I don't know if
hold
you
on.
played it since
on,
they
I
did the
played-
update.
I played Dark Souls 3, Sekiro,
Mhm.
Bloodborne, Elden Ring, and other Souls like,
Oh.
and Lords of the Fallen. Out of all those games,
Mhm.
I even tried Lords of the Fallen's new update just a little bit, and it did
Oh.
not feel good still.
I see. Well, some people just don't like other things, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe and that's probably the only reason Lords of the Fallen works out, because it's not a purist Dark Souls experience.
No, and I'm pretty sure it appeals to like a pretty like decent sized group of people too. So for the
Yeah, but
people
no,
that
I
enjoy
did
that game,
for
good,
what it's worth, by the way.
good for you. I couldn't get to
Like,
that.
I will play every fighting game on this planet before I enjoy a Souls game.
Let me give you 70 for Tekken.
Let me
70
give you
is crazy.
7. Like,
I
I'll
have
stop.
Tekken.
It's like,
Tekken 8.
Yeah, I have Tekken 8. I already bought it.
Let's
it's
catch
like, you know
these
what?
hands.
We're gonna derail the podcast. We're now gonna watch the Quan and Jeremy fight in Tekken.
I'm
I
booting this,
definitely have Tekken 8.
booting this up
definitely
right
have
now.
At first, I thought this thing said 2014.
my
I'm like,
God.
no, it's 2024. But yeah, I got Tekken.
2014.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
So
What
one
else
of the
is on?
ones that I saw was level Infinite, and I don't know if they're coming up with another game, but I know Stellar Blade is coming out
On PC, right?
on PC June 11th, and that includes like their Ultimate Edition, and that's also like an updated version for the PS5 that they're also releasing that day. And I know that I don't remember if it's published or developed by Shift Up, which I think is a company with Level Infinite. There's a connection there, and I'll look it up here in a bit. Whatever. I'm assuming
It's
that's
called
why they're
Shift Up.
yeah.
They're
Shift
probably
Up.
just going to show a trailer.
I'm assuming they're just showing like a launch
Yeah.
trailer because it's coming out the next week after that. I'm assuming
Mhm.
that's why they're there. Otherwise, there's like another game that they're already ready to show. So I don't know. I'm assuming it's just Stellar Blade,
It's probably just going to be just a trailer.
which
for sure.
I'm going to be playing it next week. I already pre-ordered it.
Nice.
One of the other ones that I thought we should talk about, just because I guess Jeremy and I are big ones into it, Square Enix is on here, which isn't that surprising. Square Enix usually always has something to show.
Yeah.
And obviously there's nothing that's in development right now that we know of other than Final Fantasy VII Part 3.
Octopath.
And
Is Octopath 3
Yeah.
in development?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
But
Only because they still have their BS patent on the HD 2D thing. Which
Oh, yeah.
I think they refreshed it or whatever not too long
Because I
ago.
know the
Oh,
first
sorry.
one was super good and well received, and the second one was still well received, but not as much. So I didn't know if they were going to a third one or not.
so my hope is that they do announce part 3. The pipe dream is that they actually announce Kingdom Hearts 4. That's the pipe dream.
Well, I mean, we say announcement. We know it's coming out. I was thinking they were going to show a trailer. Now,
I love it.
realistically, we've already, quote unquote, they've
we
announced
know it's
Kingdom
coming.
Hearts 4 is coming eventually. But let's
Yeah.
be real, they're not going to show it.
That's the pipe dream.
That's
Not
fair.
to be
That I
funny,
hope.
though. Not to be funny with this. I really hope they don't, because they're gonna add the new Disney characters into this, and they all suck.
Did
You know,
did figure
honest-
this out?
Like,
Did you
I
figure
mean,
this
I
out
was-
before, after the movies, or after the movies?
well, that's what I'm saying. I was just thinking about. I was looking like, man, Sora's gonna have so many people to interact with. I'm looking like, oh yeah,
It's no one.
What are the new characters? Like, have they come?
exactly.
Ah.
I think the only one that might be decent is Moana. That might be the
Okay.
only decent one that he has.
Yeah,
to
because I was
interact
playing
with.
Kingdom Hearts 3. They had things like Big Hero 6.
I don't
come
know.
in,
From
Entangled.
that
Kingdom.
trailer that they showed, that combat trailer, it looks like a total departure from like 1, 2, and 3.
I don't
Oh,
think
that's
so.
horrible.
I don't
I
think
hope
so.
not. What
I
trailer? Hold up.
I think it
Pulling it up
was
right
more
now.
like
No,
it was one from like 4 years ago or
Yeah,
5
4
years
years
I'm
ago.
about to find out. I'm about to find
Yeah.
all the way out. Kingdom Hearts.
yeah, you just type in
That
Kingdom
was
Hearts
one of my
4.
favorite games. I'll be very
I thought it
sad.
was more like maybe just like almost like a tech demo. I don't know. It just looked like something that was just kind of out of nowhere with Sora looking completely different, fighting what looked like to be Heartless, and then that was
Yeah,
it.
that.
So I don't know what maybe you're right. Maybe they go completely different and stray away from Disney, but I highly doubt it. I feel like that's the biggest selling point for Kingdom Hearts for some people.
Now, if they do keep the Disney characters, which they probably will, I need them to also add some Final Fantasy characters. Please, God, please.
Because Kingdom Hearts
that's what
was
Kingdom Hearts 3 was lacking.
yeah, Kingdom
was
Hearts 3
mainly in
didn't
Final Fantasy
it didn't
characters.
have Final Fantasy characters.
I just thought about that too. Disney owns Marvel now.
Yes.
Mhm.
So they could technically add Marvel characters.
This
I was
movie,
about to say,
this
never
game
mind.
could be good
It could be. Now,
if
I'm
if
thinking
done
about it, yeah.
done correctly.
Plus,
Yeah, they have access to-
wouldn't it be kind of sick to see Sora with Clive?
Right,
That'd be kind of cool.
that'd be kind of sick. Square Enix.
As long as Rock
Well,
doesn't return, because I can't stand that character.
I think that side of the story is over.
Rocks. Yeah, that whole story I think
I-
is concluded.
Yeah, I think
Let's hope so.
like Kingdom Hearts 3 put a book ending on that. So
I didn't play 3, as far as I know.
3 is a good game. The only thing holding 3 back is, for me, the lack of Final Fantasy characters, and like it's just like a lack of like stuff like in the first 2 games that's just not in 3. Like the Coliseum, that's just not there. And I feel like that should have been there.
Like with Hercules?
Yeah, the Coliseum, like when you do like the Coliseum, like fight Sephiroth in like the first game,
Yeah.
no, that's not in 3. Like you go there, like to like Olympus, but you don't go. There's no Coliseum. There's no Sephiroth. There's no Cloud. There's no Leon.
No good. I see.
I'm sorry, Squall, Leon, whatever you want to fuck call him.
It's Squall.
Sir, I think it's Leon.
So they straight up announced Kingdom Hearts 4 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years
Mhm.
ago. That's what it was. I feel like it was so much longer than that. It felt so much
I'm
longer
not
than
gonna
that.
lie, the graphical, like the art direction is actually pretty interesting here.
That's why
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna change like the whole direction of the game.
So yeah,
It's not running on the Switch.
Here's another thing that I hope doesn't happen with Square Enix is that they reveal or announce a Final Fantasy IX remake.
9.
Everybody wants this,
Is
and they keep rumoring about it. I hope it doesn't happen.
is it 9 with the blonde dude?
Yeah,
Zidane? Yeah.
Zidane, yeah, the one with the tail.
Interesting.
Why they were remake 9 and not like I don't know 6? That beats me.
I think, honestly speaking, I think 9's more popular than 6.
I keep hearing people talk about 6 more.
I think it's the
Why did
people
they-
that
But it
originally
could-
played 6 and then
Mhm.
they love it growing up. But I feel like a lot of the people that are like slightly younger or people that played Final Fantasy later in their lives, they tend to pick up 9, 10, 8 are the ones that tend to be the more popular ones.
Sure.
So that's why I think they're going 9. I honestly thought they'd go to 10. But
Remake 10, that would
yeah.
be kind of sick.
I thought they would go for 10 because I thought 10 was a more popular one than 9, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's like a reason behind 9 specifically. But
Yeah, I don't know.
I always got the impression that 8, 9, and 10 were more popular because they tend to be from that like generation of people growing up playing on the PS1 and stuff.
I hope they start over based off of Expedition 33 success.
Okay.
Just saying.
I mean, all I'm saying is I prefer the turn-based combat. It's more engaging than me just sitting there mashing the square button or X button.
It's not that bad. All right, what else we got here?
We have so I see some like gacha companies in here. So I'm assuming we're gonna get some gacha trailers just kind of thrown in between massive releases, which is fine. I mean, I like those games, so can't complain. I saw it. Is it Embark? What did Embark do? I feel like I recognize their logo, but I don't remember what they did. It looks very familiar.
Is it Embark the finals?
I think so.
Is it the finals?
Let me see
Yeah,
here.
because they can do Arc Raiders.
Yeah, they're doing the finals in Arc Raiders.
Oh, Arc Raiders. So we're probably getting some more Arc Raiders stuff because I know that game's still in
What-
like
is
beta
that
or early access.
It's not an extraction shooter.
Beta.
Arc Raiders is an extraction shooter. Yes, it's a third-person extraction shooter.
It is. It's something. It'll be.
Oh, so yeah, there's a lot of rumors going around that they're gonna shadow drop it during
Yeah,
the
figured.
game. So we'll see. That'd be
I'm
cool.
still interested in extraction shooters, so maybe I'll give it a try. If
I hear it's really fun.
What's I already forget what's CD Projekt Red working on right now.
Witcher 4, Witcher Remake, Cyberpunk.
That's right.
They're
Witcher
also
4 is working.
working
that's
on
right.
a multiplayer Witcher game.
Yeah.
Which is
They are?
probably a mobile game. It's probably mobile.
It's probably
like
mobile,
I
yeah.
doubt. I
think-
doubt they're doing a full-on actual.
But the main thing I think is like Witcher 4 right now is what they're.
Because I
pushing
remember they
it.
showed that trailer at the Video Game Awards this past year.
Mhm.
So why are they here? Are they just showing like
no,
another
they probably
trailer?
have more.
Yeah, it's
They
probably
probably
just
have
another
more.
trailer update. Yeah, because I mean, obviously they've
They
been
might
working on
actually
it
have
for
a
a real
release
while.
date. They might have a release date, honestly.
You think so? It would make
Yeah, I
sense.
think
I
they
mean,
would
I
probably
don't,
have
I
a
don't
release
disagree with
date.
you. Yeah, I just
Because
didn't
when
know
did
if
they release Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk came out
2020,
2020.
2021.
and The Witcher 4 before then was 2016.
Witcher 3 was 2017. No, 2016 maybe. Let me look. I'll look it up. No, we're not guessing.
I got you.
Witcher 3 release date
2015.
2015,
2015?
even longer.
Oh yeah, they're gonna give us a release date.
Okay, gotcha. So they're probably just gonna show off another Witcher trailer.
Yeah. I mean, unless they have something for Cyberpunk where they actually have done a multiplayer thing. If they're smart about it, they'll probably do smart about it. If they were trying to mess around with the Witcher IP for multiplayer, they should probably use Cyberpunk as a guinea pig because they were already telling people about doing a multiplayer for Cyberpunk,
Yeah.
at least like a little something. So maybe
Yeah.
there'll be something for Cyberpunk for multiplayer, and then there'll be something for the Witcher release date.
Gotcha. Okay, that would make sense. Because I already know Capcom's probably gonna show the next title update for Monster Hunter. We're maybe getting. I don't think they'll show it here because Evo's coming up, so we're not getting the season 4 roster, season 3 roster yet. That'll be at Evo.
I would say a tease, but not a full.
Yeah, maybe the first
Trailer.
character. I don't know.
Yeah.
What else
And-
does Capcom make?
Resident Evil,
Resident
Monster
Evil.
Hunter, Onimusha.
They might
They
show
might
that.
show Onimusha.
Yeah.
I'm praying that they show the next Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I don't want like another remake. I want like the next Resident Evil, so like Resident Evil 9. And I hope it goes back to Leon or Chris. I don't mind the new people from 7 or whatever, but I don't want to deal with non-characters I'm familiar with. And I'm praying. I don't see SNK up here.
I don't know. Marvel
so-
vs. Capcom.
So I was praying that they show up with Capcom for a CVS or we get a Marvel vs. Capcom.
Both of these are pipe dreams, just saying.
They're pipe dreams, but both of the companies are working again together, so like there's a chance. Like we're just hoping for the best there. So realistically, like I think they're just gonna show the next Monster Hunter update. We're gonna get an update on Onimusha, and maybe realistically they're probably gonna show or tease the next Resident Evil, or what I'm also hoping for is the next DMC because it's been long enough.
Oh my god, when was the last one came out?
2018.
That was
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god,
6
Yeah,
years
it's
already.
probably a time for that.
Honestly, they should just end that franchise, but that's none of my business.
Oh my god, you want to
Yo,
end every franchise, huh?
You want to end every
Well, I'm
franchise when 5 was the best that the series has gotten.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, end it on a high note. Like, just come up with
They
something
can
else.
keep going. They can keep going.
Just come up with something else. That's all I'm saying. Can't. It'd be fine.
I'm
So,
I'm not wholeheartedly disagreeing with you that companies need to come up with new IPs.
They do. Like, they have too much
I-
money not to be coming up with new shit. It's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, even for Final Fantasy, it's named Final Fantasy, but there's been like 80 of them.
Mm-hmm. What's the problem?
Like, you can come up with another.
Well, the thing is, you can't. Okay, I can see where you're coming from, but you can't use Final Fantasy as that example because all the
No,
games
I'm
are
not. I'm
different.
just
Yeah, okay. I was just
yeah,
making
yeah.
sure.
I'm just
Okay.
laughing because
There
it's
is
literally called
fucking
Final Fantasy, and they keep
Yeah,
making them. It's like, bro, like
I mean, it almost was the final one.
it,
After the
after Realm Reborn or before Realm
no,
Reborn.
if the first one didn't do well, that was it. That was
Oh
the final
no,
game.
that
bro?
was apparently that's a rumor. That wasn't the case.
Mm-mm.
Think so.
Yeah, no, like it's been confirmed by like studio execs at the time that that wasn't true. They called it Final Fantasy because the original name that they had was copyrighted in the United States, and
No,
so
bro.
they wanted to keep the FF like short name for it. I forget like the actual name, but they wanted to keep it FF moniker. Yeah, I guess.
Mhm.
So they wanted to keep it FF, and so they came up with Final Fantasy.
You know what, bro? I like my story better.
I
Well,
like my
I
story.
will say if they didn't end up doing a Realm Reborn, I don't know where that would have taken them.
Oh no, that would have. I think they would be in a much deeper hole, and we wouldn't be getting the things we're getting if it wasn't for a Rumble
Pretty
Reborn
much.
doing as well as it is
Yep.
and keeping them afloat. Because Lord knows the previous CEO was really trying to sink that ship.
Mm-hmm. Let me actually see what they make is.
Oh wait, I gotta find my favorite 14 video meme.
Oh boy. Obviously, Sega's here. We already know we're gonna get another trailer for Virtual Fighter. It's like almost
can't wait.
guaranteed at this point.
I can't wait.
We might get a new Sonic. They were always releasing something Sonic related, so that's not really like that's like a gimme on the bingo board, so to speak. They have obviously already shown that trailer. Was it at the Video Game Awards or the Summer Games Fest last year, where they show that they're renewing a bunch of their old IPs? And so I think that we're gonna finally see a trailer for one of them. My guess would probably be Jet Set Radio.
Ooh.
I don't know though, because I don't know which ones they're gonna prioritize, or if they're gonna do like a re-release remaster type of thing. Because a lot of those games also got taken off of like stored fronts and stuff. So I don't know. I'm assuming they're gonna show off something like that, but yeah, it's gonna be Virtual Fighter for sure. Sonic probably most definitely. I think they just had that Sonic Racers trailer not too long ago. But what's the video?
Or for future reference, you can watch at your own time. But that shit's funny as hell.
Oh my god, that fucking video. Yeah, I remember that video. What? Hold on. I need a. Sorry, I don't memorize every fucking studio, so I need to see what some people do.
There's
Unprofessional.
Devolver Digital. I know they publish a shit ton of indie games, so I'm sure they.
Oh, Devolver
bring it out.
Digital's got some of the most interesting and unique indie games around. Not always, but usually.
Yeah.
So I've always enjoyed their
505.
yeah 505 as well. Cacao Games is mobile developers. I'm not too concerned about that one. What is Dreamhaven?
Nobody knows.
Nobody.
Is that the PlayStation studio that's making like a shooting game? Oh, let me look.
Wildgate?
Oh no, okay, this is something else. This is Wildgate, Thunderfolk. I don't know what these games are.
okay.
I've heard of the studio.
Okay, I've seen
Mike
those.
Morhaime?
I've seen those games, like I think when they had a trailer or something, but I don't know anything about them. So
Oh yeah. Okay, now this makes sense. Yeah, so they're just gonna show more Wildgate stuff. They don't really. Yeah.
Bell Ring Games developed something called Mistfall Hunter.
I don't think Mistfall did good.
Well, it's still not out yet. It's you can opt in for the beta. So my guess is we'll probably like see more gameplay.
Oh, I thought it was one of those cartoony ones that came out not too long ago.
Oh,
Never mind,
no.
it's a different one. Is it called Mistborn? Is that what I'm thinking of?
I think you're thinking about it's Miss something.
Mistborn is a thing, but I just know it as the books.
Okay, maybe.
Mistborn books.
Yeah,
What
that's
am
one
I
of
thinking
those
of?
books.
There is something.
Man,
Maybe...
what I don't see on here is THQ Nordic.
I thought they
Yeah.
went bankrupt.
What?
THQ Nordic?
Yeah, why did I think they went bankrupt? Hold on.
THQ went bankrupt, I believe.
Oh, but not
Yeah,
Nordic. Okay,
but not
yeah,
Nordic
yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
They're separate. Yeah. And then
What do they
Blumhouse
have?
is doing more horror games. Which
The developing Reanimal, which is
Oh,
the real Little Nightmares 3 from
they also have
Tazier.
Dark Side.
Tarsier. Yeah. I don't see both of those studios in here.
God, bro, there's so many fucking
I am.
studios that I don't recognize by name. That's why I know them. Munfish. They're the fucking Atomic Heart people.
Ah,
Why are they
Oh,
there?
the thick robots.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the thick robots. I mean, it's gonna be. You know, it'd be crazy after all this time. We're gonna do DLC for Atomic Heart.
They
Even
probably
thicker
are.
robots.
I would
Didn't
assume.
didn't they
I
have
would
one
assume.
DLC
I
already?
think they had one.
Yeah, they
I'm
did have-
assuming.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming it's gonna be just a DLC because I think it's a little soon to still all of a sudden have a new game ready to go.
I mean,
I think it's
these
possible.
days,
It's possible, but I don't know.
I mean, that game launched like 3 years ago, right?
It's been 2 or 3 years.
I think that. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah.
Atomic Heart 2 years ago.
Okay, no, they don't have a game, and if they do, then they pull in some funniness, some funny
Let's
business.
see. 2K is going to show Borderlands 4 for sure and Mafia for sure.
Pearl Abyss is there, so I'm assuming they're going to be showing off more gameplay than they've already shown off, and I'm assuming a release date for Crimson. I think we already have a release date for Crimson
We have
Desert.
release date for games.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm assuming it's just going to be like because it's soonish, right?
I think it's towards the end of the year.
Is it towards the end of the year?
Crimson Desert?
Yeah, it's just 2025.
20, it says 2025. What's your thoughts?
31.
What's your thoughts on that, Daquan? Do you think it's gonna be good?
Crimson Desert?
Yeah.
I think they have. I want to say that it's probably going to be good, but I can't imagine you have as many systems as they have in one game and it comes out to be good.
Yeah, based on the
Like-
gameplay and the way that they talked about it, it seems super ambitious, and I'm like worried how the final product is gonna be. 'Cause
Well, I'm more so like coming from the thought of like why people didn't like Red Dead 2. Like Red Dead 2 is like it is like a technical masterpiece as an actual product. Like it's
Right.
crazy the amount of stuff they were able to pull off, but a lot of features within it was a bit too tedious for most players, and I feel like even for the combat, I was watching some of the people explain like the systems and how stuff
Yeah,
goes.
yeah.
I'm like, I think in this type of game, people just want to press a button and see something happen. I don't think they want to like,
Actually
here's the
learn
time that I need to
combos
like,
and
yeah. And there's even a function where you can blind people with your sword. Like you
which
can
is
pull the sword
pretty
out. And,
fucking
like,
cool though.
like it,
But again,
like,
to me, right? Like to me, where I enjoy that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, I'm gonna have a great time. But I can imagine, like, let's be real, like someone comes home from work, they want to boot up a single player game. They probably don't want to be sitting there like, I gotta blind them with my sword and then pull off this crazy combo to do optimal damage or whatever the fuck.
But I don't know if they have a good user experience. I think they'll have decent sales. They're not going to get anywhere near Black Desert because
No,
Yeah.
that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. Ultimately, I don't think they're making their money off of this game. I don't think they're getting the money back.
I mean, let's be real,
Because-
they probably have more than enough through Black Desert, but we'll see.
That's actually questionable.
I'm
Really?
assuming
Might
they
be
make more than
questionable.
enough. It's a Korean MMO.
Because I don't know about them numbers as of late. Do they have their own store, or is it specifically?
It's through
like,
the game.
I see Techland on here.
Well,
like they
It
looks like they
says,
have
according
a
to
what are you talking about? You're talking about something else.
so according to online, in its lifetime revenue across PC, console, and mobile, it has 55 million players. Obviously, this is like registered, right? It's not active. It's registered players, and they've earned $2.17 billion, and this is lifetime.
That's a lot of money.
But
I
that was
mean, I
lifetime.
don't-
That doesn't necessarily mean that's what they're earning currently.
You said 2
Fair
point
enough.
what?
2.17.
How long has the game been out? Because
2014.
No,
So,
that's not much.
11
money at
years?
all.
Yeah, it's 11
Hmm.
years.
Yeah, no, that's not much money at all. Like you said, no, not at all. Like how many people at that studio?
I do.
Like that's actually kind of crazy. Hold on. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, but then their cost of living is different though.
And also, according to, again, this is like outdated because I don't have like current things. And if I did more, like if I had more research and we're going to talk about this, I would have pulled it up. As of a year ago, right? At the beginning of Q1 2024, they apparently saw a net profit of 12.8 billion Korean won as a company like Perlibis.
You said 12 point who?
12.8 billion Korean won.
Yeah, that's only 8.6 million US dollar.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know the conversion rate.
That's a lot of money for me.
I'm only saying like I'm only questioning that because like there are games that I know of which I will not reveal, but games that I know of that yearly make like 2 billion and they have like less upkeep than something like Black Desert. So I'm like 2 billion in a lifetime is kind of crazy for a live service. Either way, I'll look into this later, but maybe they're
And
fine. I don't know.
because according to the wiki, again, not super reliable information, but just so we can get like a general idea, the number of employees they had as of August 2024 is 1,331.
Is that a lot?
It's a pretty sizable studio. It's not like
Very
crazy,
sizable.
Yeah.
but it's sizable.
That's like probably like 3 AAA studios in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That they need Desert to do well unless they got some good backing. But
I do not know. We can research all that shit later if you really want to.
oh, I'm gonna look at it. Oh, I'm gonna look at it. That Gothic remake is THQ Nordic too.
Oh, is it? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Oh, okay. That's cool. Oh, we're not gonna get to see it though because they're not here.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, if THQ is there, then they
No, I don't.
like. I
No,
think
they're
they
not on
would
this.
be the
THQ is not here.
publishers. Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I don't
Why
see him
would
on
they
this
do
on this list.
Y'all looking at the partner list or just people who are
Or
registered?
this
Partner
is
list.
just partner list because I'm assuming it's people that are like obviously showing shit.
Is there a different list?
Oh, I don't know. That's what I was wondering. I don't-
Yeah, because I mean, at least on their website, it doesn't show like, other than like when you go to events, it shows you like Xbox is having their own press conference on Sunday, and so like other than that, we don't have like a list of things that are going to be shown from what studios, other than the partner list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it even says like someone posted a picture. It just says 2025 partners round 1, whatever that means.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I see.
Techland.
Oh, and that same week, Daquan, they're having the State of Unreal.
Yeah, the Unreal. Yeah,
You watching it?
Yeah, because I think 5.6 drops.
Oh, these
Yeah,
people.
five-
They're the
Anything-
ones
Anything good out of it, or what?
The samples they've updated like templates,
Yeah.
with like some actual examples of how to like start certain things like combo systems and stuff like that. And then I think they fixed some weird like anti-aliasing and like rendering issue with decals and stuff like that. Because right now you would just randomly start missing materials and stuff on anything. It just randomly disappears and it's just like some void look. It's like what's
Gotcha.
going on here? But yeah, should just be quality of life stuff.
Gotcha.
All right,
Wait, what
but-
engine are you? Or sorry, what engine are you using right now?
5.5.
5.5. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, 5.4 doesn't have a lot of the issues I was talking about just now. 5.5 has these issues, which I don't know why they just didn't update it in main. But
Gotcha. Go for it.
All right. So, do you guys have anything specifically you want to see? Because we're just kind of looking at with the partners and trying to assume what's going to be shown. What wish list do you guys have, etc.?
Like I said earlier, I'm hoping that the rumors are true and they do drop Arc Riders. 'Cause, from what I've seen, that one's actually gonna be really fun to play. Like I saw the play test for it, and it looked really interesting.
I just don't like it being third person.
Yeah, it's stylistic for sure.
Well, it's not even stylistically. I'm thinking about a gameplay as far as extraction shooters go. It takes away a lot of the danger of an extraction shooter.
Oh, I mean, you gotta watch some gameplay because they do address that with they have these little drones flying around, and if they spot a if they spot you, and their AI is apparently really aggressive too, but if they spot you, they start making noise and alerting everyone. And the player size like per match is not that big, so if you hear something, you know there's something over there. There's a lot of like little noise mechanics built into the game too, where you can't just be a rat the entire time. I mean, sure you could do it, but it's gonna be harder than usual.
They're forcing you to move, basically.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah,
of the
they've
third person aspect. Like you have
Yeah.
so much more vision behind cover
Right.
and things of that nature. That's why I don't like it, even with the noise mechanics. Because the way that I
So-
see it, it's removing. I don't want to say barriers of entry, because I don't think that's a good way to put it. But I think when it comes to these types of games, and it's like one of the issues that I had with Marathon, they're streamlining the gameplay too much. They're trying to make it like, I get it. They're trying to appeal to the mass, like the, like as many people as possible to try to get to play their game, because that's what they, it's what's successful, whatnot. But I think they're missing the point on why Tarkov was a success as an extraction shooter, and they're getting rid of a lot of the, I'm gonna call it, the trials and tribulations that it takes to learning an extraction shooter like Tarkov, and it's the reason it's retained its player base and people keep going back, and why I think Marathon and Arc Raiders is gonna have a hard time retaining players after that initial launch boost. When you take
Yeah,
away a
they're
lot of that learning and, like, we're gonna call it struggle, friction, whatever
Well-
you want to call it, when you take that away, you have less time to learn the mechanics, you use less time playing the game, and then it's like the quicker that it becomes more monotonous, and it's like, okay, well, what do I like? What's different?
I think the word you might be looking for is fun.
That's another
because,
way to
like,
phrase
for
it.
the for the extraction shooters, that whole scheme of things you just mentioned is the fun of them.
Yeah, it's learning what all the different attachments do, learning the bullet types, gun types, learning items, what items are valuable, where they are on the map. Obviously, not having a map to begin with, so you have to actually learn how to navigate the area based on your environment. You have to learn how to actually play stealthy without relying on getting to see around a wall, so you have to actually peek. So there's like a lot of things that I think a lot of these developers are not understanding on why games are successful. And unfortunately, like as an example to kind of bring it back, I think fighting games are doing this too much now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about. I can't speak about fighting games specifically, but I will say that we might be in the minority when it comes to this opinion, just because they're just like there's a lot of us that like that difficulty, that like that level of entry. There's also an equal or more or a higher number of people that just want to sit down and play. Because I know for a fact that like
I completely agree, but I think
I have a buddy,
I think an extraction shooter like that is like, I would say, if it does well, that's awesome. Like, I don't want it to not do well. I
Yeah.
just don't think that it's going to retain its player base, because it's going to, like, none of that stuff that keep people in. Like an extraction shooter, I think it takes a special type of, not in like a special type of person, but it's like a specific type of shooter goes to those games, not like Call of Duty. Like, I think if you
Yeah,
want an
it's a
FPS
specific
that's like
demographic for
sit
a game.
down and just have fun, people go to Call of Duty, they go to Fortnite, even Apex to a certain degree. But extraction shooters are obviously like already more time consuming and a little bit more effort and like just energy to go into those types of things, because it's just longer, more things to go. It's more slow and methodical gameplay. I think because it's already targeting like a more niche demographic, if you start taking away those things, I think it hurts the game more than not. But like you said, maybe you're right. Maybe that's what's needed for that game to break out to the more popular player base, and maybe it does
I
really
think
well.
that's kind of I think that's kind of the intention, right? Like they're trying to tap into that market of people who don't want to deal with all that, but still do want to play a game that's not just a shooter, right? I think that's why a lot of games like these are coming out now, because they want to see like is there actually a market for this, and it might work out, it might not work out. I guess for at least for like these two games, Marathon and Arc Riders are pretty much the at least the ones I've seen gain any sort of attention from regular people to see it. So we'll have to see how they work out.
I'll say this, and then I'll bring up the one thing I was hoping to see, or I'm hoping to see, but
Right,
probably
right.
won't. For the point of all this, one positive for our creators is they do still have the tension, but you kind of have to look at it as like a Gears of War tension.
It's different. It's
Less
for
of
different
like
for sure. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a very different type of just space tension. But whether or not these games are going to succeed, I'm just going to like slap this out here. Ultimately, I think both of them are going to sit at maybe 2,000 players. Maybe they'll probably have a peak. I think Arc Raiders will have a higher peak just because a bunch of YouTubers are covering it a lot more. They might be like, oh, we had a peak of 100,000 players. Thumbs up. But then after like a month, you're going to see 2,000 or less people playing the game because you can't take a framework like Tarkov and expect to be able to appeal to people who don't play Tarkov. Like whoever hops on it now is just because it's a multiplayer experience that, if I'm correct, is free to play, right?
It's free to play.
I have no idea.
I think Arc Raiders is going to be free to play.
Actually, wait. I don't think it is free to play.
Is it? I thought it was.
I don't. I think it's.
I'm not sure.
During the beta, I don't think it's actually going to be free to play.
All right, let me see.
I think it's like a $40 game or something.
Let's find out. No, it's Arc Raiders is not free to play. It's $40.
$40, yeah. So
Damn.
even with that, like
So
you're bringing in
originally,
barriers of
yeah.
entries. Yeah, so like it's there's too many variables for them to be commercially successful like Tarkov in that sense. Will they get players? Yeah. Are they just gonna be able to say like, yeah, we're just good to keep doing stuff? I doubt it. But they have the finals, so you know they got some extra money behind them. But a good example is Hunt Showdown. On Steam, that game has 60,000 concurrent players, you know, at its all-time peak. But right now it's sitting at less than 10,000. And that game is praised by people who love like the extraction genre. Like people love this game as the
Oh, it has its
alternative
cult
to
following.
Tarkov.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like this is a very polished experience that is still targeting extraction, but just decides we're going to use, you know, audio, or we're going to make it, you know, Western creepy. But when you completely flip it, pull the camera, and make it very, you know, arcadey, you don't have an actual audience. You're just like, whoever likes this will stick around, and that's not sustainable. So more than likely, they're gonna have to say, okay, we'll be free to play in like a year. But who knows? The game I'm hoping to see at Summer's Game Fest will be Crowthorn, but I doubt we will.
Which one is that one?
It's the one with the little guy in like a red cloak and a top hat. He has a scythe.
I see.
Which one? What's it called? Crow what?
Crow's horn.
I would
Oh,
love for
that
game.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I remember.
I
that game.
want to see this thing come out. Like I need to see something about this game because
This reminds me
it looks
of
fantastic.
what's that game called?
Moon Scars.
No. Hollow Knight.
It's like an in between of Moon Scars and Hollow Knight, which is why I want to
Gotcha.
play it. I'm like, I
Gotcha.
didn't really like Hollow Knight that much. I love Moon Scars, but then this seems to be like a good in between of like there's some action, but then you got more of the Hollow Knight aesthetic.
Right.
So I'm like, I can do this.
Do you guys think we'll see anything from Hollow Knight? Silksong?
No.
No.
No?
The
Not
meme's
at
gonna
all.
keep going until it drops. It's gonna shadow drop too. It's not even gonna be like an actual release.
Who owns that anyway? Is Team Cherry?
Is it? I don't know. I don't like Hollow Knight, so
I think it's Team Cherry. But who owns Team Cherry? I think they're
I think it's just
I don't
I've
think
I've
they-
just been following the news because I think it's fucking hilarious every time we have one of these events and it's never mentioned.
pretty much.
I think the funniest thing
they're in
even I
South
think it's even
Australia?
what I thought was even funnier is that it was shown at the Switch 2 thing and it wasn't even like a main title or anything. It was shown in a fucking compilation for like 3 seconds.
Yep.
Bro, on their website, the last post they had was December of 2019.
There you go. This game's not coming out, guys. Give up.
What is this? What is this? That's actually crazy.
Let's see. For me, I'm looking forward to Lights P Overture,
Right.
obviously.
Is
And
that part 2 or in the DLC?
It's just DLC.
it's a DLC.
Okay.
And then hopefully Square Enix, please give me part 3. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Part 3 of Final
Final
Fantasy.
The Final
Yeah.
Fantasy, yeah.
It's still going. You talking about 7 remake?
7 remake,
Mhm.
yes, the last final part.
Bro, how many parts was it for the first game?
It was
They
3
already-
discs.
They already announced it's going to be 3 parts like when they
Oh,
first.
okay. I thought they were just doing some new shit here.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
so
no,
there were
no.
3 originally.
No,
Okay.
they were remaking
No.
the game, and since they're expanding the story, they're like it's going to be in 3 parts, and then they made a comment like, yeah, it's in 3 parts because the game was originally released on 3 discs.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wait till you get to the 8 remake. It's going to be 4 parts.
No, there won't.
I forgot
There
it
won't
was
be
4
parts.
discs. God, I hate that.
Parts
That's
4
actually
discs.
insane. That's actually insane. How big? How, you know what? I'll look it up. Never mind.
It's
What was the
PS.
question?
It's PS1 discs. So
I was about to
PS1.
say how big was the each of the games for the remake?
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is like
story length.
no, he's talking about
Like-
size, like actual
The
data.
actual,
right.
like,
It's
file
100
size.
and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is 180 gigs.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
No,
is.
it's
Look,
not.
I just downloaded it on
No, it's
my
not.
ROG Ally. That's what it
No,
is.
no, it's not.
This game's pretty big.
No, it's not what you
You don't,
just said.
you don't have to believe us.
It's not what you just said. Is that
It's-
for part 1 and 2?
Just 2. Part one's like 100 gigs.
Oh my god.
Very,
You
very,
know?
very optimized though.
Very odd.
Hey, dude. I mean, he's sitting here laughing, but Call of Duty's 120 gigs for just Warzone. So
Exactly.
Bruh, look, for a multiplayer game, I kind of can fathom
oh, really? One map?
a little
One
bit.
map?
Really?
One map?
There's no way, bro.
Look, only because I understand the map. Look, I just that,
Destiny is like 190 gigs.
Mhm.
but again,
What's
Destiny
what's
has,
the
like,
problem?
9 planets in like
that aren't that
30-something
big or
maps.
detailed.
Like
Oh, they're detailed.
Okay.
They're very detailed.
Yeah, they're
I
detailed.
don't.
They're not big.
I'm trying
They're
to
not
see your
big,
point,
though.
and I'm hard, and it's hard for you to see it.
I just can't fathom a single player game being the same size as a multiplayer game. It's just crazy. Like, you know, as long as whoever loves it, and it can fit on your computer. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
I mean, if
Okay.
people can fit Call of Duty every year, they can fit this game. It's fine.
They don't have to anymore. They can just stream it.
That's
I
true.
mean, if
I'm not streaming that multiplayer game. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I am if I'm playing it on console. I am.
I'm not.
Well,
doing
that's
that.
the thing. I'm not playing it on console.
That's a big file size, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I just want to see. I think we're gonna get part 3. What I want to see is a lot. I'd like to see a CVS or an MVC. I'd like to see the next Resident Evil. I pray that PlayStation ever releases a Bloodborne 2, but it's not gonna happen.
Oh my god.
You know
they're
what's
just.
I'm pretty sure they will.
You think so? I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure they will.
Because I mean,
This
Bandai
year,
Namco
or-
Bandai Namco's there.
What they're gonna wait for though is once, like, I think Sony is gonna do their handheld like BS, and Bloodborne 2 will be like one of the first titles on that thing.
I could see that.
Because they're like, only our most dedicated fans will get a hold of this, and they
PSP 2.
play it.
Yeah,
That's actually
the
crazy, but they should do that.
PSP2.
PSP 2, they should do that.
I'd buy it.
I do love the PS2 or the PSP and the PS Vita.
Listen, I was a poor kid, so I never got a PSP, but I will fucking get a PSP 2 if it comes out.
I did love my PSP.
The Vita was a savage too.
I'm trying to think, what else do I want to see? I mean, honestly, I'm still willing to give The Witcher 4 a shot, even though I didn't like Witcher 3.
I am too.
I'm at least willing to give it a shot.
Is multiplayer pushing you, or would that be a drawback for you guys?
If I'm
multiplayer?
playing that game, I'm playing it by myself. Fuck everyone else.
So The Witcher 4 is single player.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They're making a separate.
They're making like a separate Witcher related thing that's multiplayer.
Okay.
I don't want to play that.
Yeah, I'm not playing that.
But let's be real. I might be playing that because of my wife.
And then I don't think it's gonna happen because it was just announced. But it'd be kind of cool to see a Stellar Blade 2 trailer.
You may actually see that.
Because I mean, obviously they've already
Those
said
two?
it's. Well, they already said it. They probably have already been working on it.
Yeah, they definitely.
Wait, when does Stellar Blade 1 come out? Like last year, right?
2022?
2022?
Yeah, 2022.
think.
It's been 3 years.
2024. What do you mean?
Wait, really? It
What?
felt longer than that.
Wait,
It
is
shit
that
came out last year.
release?
No, the PS5 release came out last year, last April.
That's crazy.
There's
Well, because
no.
they already said they're planning for a 2026 release, 2027
Yeah,
at the
like they're
latest.
launching it next year.
That's why I'm saying like there's a good chance they probably already have a trailer.
They were definitely working on. Yeah, they're definitely working on something. And even with that, I think even for when it launched, I'm pretty sure this was only slowed down for the fact that they probably were also doing the PC version.
Right.
But as far as content wise, they probably had content.
They'd probably been
available.
done for a while. Yeah. Especially with the way that game came out too. Like they've been on that shit for a while.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because like I said, as we were getting closer to the PC release, like this last few weeks, they've been nonstop releasing like little news and teasers and saying like, yeah, we're aiming for a 2026 release for Stellar Blade 2.
I can't imagine they added new systems. I'm sorry.
We don't know. But that's why I want to see. Like I want to see a trailer and see how much it's actually going to change.
You're definitely gonna see Marathon, by the way.
Oh yeah, Marathon's going to be shown. Well, no, Bungie's not there.
We'll see.
Well,
Oh,
I
it's
don't know.
PlayStation.
So,
PlayStation, yeah.
yeah.
They're
don't know
under.
if
I forget they're under
yeah.
PlayStation. My bad.
We'll see. I saw that they pulled marketing from all of the European market, so we'll see.
You know, you don't really want to see it go bad for any developer. It's only interesting to be because of the initial conversation of like we don't want our Destiny fans over into Marathon. It's like this could have made this
Wild.
transition so much easier. You just use your fan base like every other developer. Like I just
Nah.
I just have to, bro. They're on every type of drug. What are these decisions up
Yeah.
top and through like leadership in general?
and
There was a
Insomnia.
Yeah,
Insomniac.
Insomnia.
Insomnia. What game did they make before Spider-Man?
Ratchet and Clank.
Well, I think it was Ratchet and Clank for the PS5 was the one that came out before.
Rift Between Worlds or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah,
Which is good, by the
Actually,
way.
it's good.
Maybe
it's
I'm
very
not even
good.
thinking about them. It's more of me thinking about the what's the correlation is like the people that made and this is a different studio, but the Arkham games and then the Shadow of Mordor games. Like if they're like, oh, we're gonna make this game kind of within the same genre, but it's a little different. But anybody that played Batman, we don't want you to come over here. This ain't for you. This is for
Lord of
folks
the
who like
Rings.
other things.
Right.
You know, it's a Lord of the Rings only. It's like you like it. It's a first-person shooter. You've been making this for years. Halo, Bungie. I mean,
Bungie.
Halo, Destiny. Just like
I get what you're saying.
you just shoot yourself in the foot, and then they're looking like, why don't people like this? It's like
Right.
it's a myth.
I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt either, because I know what I said earlier in the year that Bungie's gonna have an uptick
Mm-hmm.
But they've just been fucking up ever since.
every
They have.
since.
I swear to God, like
and I want not just Bungie. I want every developer to do good, but don't do what Bungie's doing right.
Don't do a Bungie's doing. Yeah, don't do that.
I feel like
We
there's
don't
something
need
new
more
every
of
month.
It's kind of funny too. Well, that's the only things that you know about.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all that we
Like
know
that's all that's gotten out and we've talked about like publicly. We don't actually. I'm sure there's probably stuff that we've missed and things that we're not thinking of, but that'll be it. We'll do a follow-up episode next week to talk about obviously what was shown.
I was right. Yeah.
Whether we were right or wrong. And then I'm going to be sitting here screaming if we do get another MVC. So we'll figure it out. Thanks for listening.